Minions and Monsters is here. And I'll just say right off the bat, I'm not a huge fan of the Minions movies. I think, uh, they're like movies for little kids with little kid jokes. Jeremy Johns, I think, had the best description of what the Minions are. It's jackass for kids. Goofy scenarios, physical humor. You kind of understand what they're saying with the goofy, goofy voices. This one has more of a story, and the minions, or at least the minions, are searching for a new leader. They're looking for a new boss man to 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 lord over them. And two of the minions, Henry and James, kind of get the group caught up in what they think is a train robbery at first. There's a train robbery happening, a cowboy. The minions are after the cowboy, and end up being part of a movie they didn't know was being filmed. And after the disaster, they kind of destroy the set and the train, and everything goes awry. But the film footage is so popular, they turn to the minions to now make movies. And they make movies, and they make some movies, but then overstay their welcome. Something goes awry. I won't say what, but they have this ultimate script. It's a monster movie they want to make, and they're going to conjure some monsters. And they conjure up monsters using a book from a former boss man that ends up bringing these monsters that ends up bringing forth a monster that could destroy them all. What this movie is set in is the early days of Hollywood. It begins at like a tour of a Hollywood museum, where one of the great cameos, and there's so many, but George Lucas plays himself in the museum. There's a George Lucas. He's like, when can I leave? So there's so many jokes about old Hollywood. If you follow classic old Hollywood movies, everything from Casablanca to Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, just those Harold Lloyd, those old silent Hollywood films. This movie is set in that era. And the fact that there's more of a coherent story in this that follows the minions wanting to be filmmakers that end up inadvertently conjuring monsters that get in a battle with other folks, other characters that were introduced. I just was entertained throughout. Now I kind of know what to expect. It's a tight 90 minutes. I think the kids are not going to get the references. There's a lot of movie references,
but they don't need to.
They don't need to, because they'll be laughing at the scenarios. I don't want to ruin so many of the references, and like I'm sitting here because I know a lot of classic movies. I'm like, oh, there's that. Boom, yeah, little Harold Lloyd, little The General, probably one of the all-time great silent movies ever made, is a movie by Buster Keaton called The General, which I've seen in a theater with an organ, live, accompanied by live music with an organ. I really had fun. I can't tell you it's a great movie, but I'll say I had fun watching it. Did not overstay its welcome. And it's one of those like short attention span. Oh, you done with that joke? We'll move over here. There's an alien called Dort, kind of based on Gort. 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 Anyways, Dort. There's a lot of loosely based on other things, and I had a really good time. And I think it's the only Minions movie I've seen as an adult where I can say I wasn't bored, I was entertained, I was happy I went. And I saw it with my daughter too, by the way, who really loves these movies. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, when the first Minions movie, and the Minions, not a Despicable Me, came out, my daughter was very young, and she definitely wanted to see that movie and its sequel. And so, the dutiful father that I was, I took her to see it. And ironically, she didn't go with me to see this third one
Oh no.
because she's 18 years old. So to say that this is the best of the three Minion movies would have to, I would only say I don't remember the first two Minion movies. They tend to blur together, and I feel like it's the same thing here. I think I probably will remember this story better because it's a, but it's a Minions movie. It's the same plot every time. The Minions, they're looking for a new leader to become their henchman, their minion. And this movie just kind of goes into the history of that. And again, the movie making stuff is fun, though it is really only the first half of the movie. But oh man, so I had fun. I laughed at times, but the movie is a kid's movie. 100% a kid's movie.
It's a kid's movie that I think an adult wouldn't regret seeing.
Right.
If you take a kid that's the right age to see this movie, they're gonna love it. And I can't say I was ever bored.
Yeah. And what I like about the Minions is that it treats it doesn't play it safe for children in the sense of the humor. I mean, there's a lot of pants off jokes in this movie. There's like a lot of, okay, we're walking up to the line here. And that's what I've appreciated about Despicable Me and about Minions is that there's I think we all know where the line is, and we don't need some executive to tell us, oh, you crossed it. We know where the line is, and we're going to play up right to that line. And that's what I appreciate about Illumination across the board. And that's why I'm saying now, Illumination is what Pixar used to be. This is the gold standard. Pixar is just, they've fallen hard. And right now, I would much rather see an Illumination movie over any other studio film.
And then we saw, I don't know the screening you were at, if you saw the trailer.
I saw it in the theater.
Yeah. So there's a trailer for a new Illumination movie that has voice acting by Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
About the aliens. Yeah. So we, that looked really good. It looked decent. I saw that trailer in a theater. So I think Illumination is replacing Pixar as the, every time and this will be, it's going to be number one, whatever you think. These movies are very popular.
Yeah. I mean, look, Super Mario Brother Galaxy. That's an Illumination movie. Look, I didn't necessarily fall head over heels in love with that movie either.
Right.
But I recognize the quality of the animation and its attractiveness for kids. And both movies were tolerable enough for me as a parent that I could take my child and not feel bored, just waiting for it to be over. Like when I was dragged to see the Emoji Movie.
Oh God. Thankfully I never saw that movie.
Oh, that's when you have a kid who's in that right age range. I want to see the Emoji Movie.
So do you recommend Minions and Monsters?
I do, but again, for what it is.
All right.